This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by Jack Catterall here in his hometown of Manchester. Jack, good to see you. Home city rather. How are you doing?
Yeah, very good, Andy. Very good, thank you. How are you?
Very well, thank you, mate. You've brought boxing back to the AO Arena. Obviously, we've had a few events over at the Co-op, back here at the AO, and you've got Mr. Harlem Eubank opposite you. Out of the names that were being mentioned and thrown about, what was in the hat? Why Harlem Eubank?
Harlem Eubank, I think I've said it today, but it was always a yes, coming back to Manchester. Very grateful to be in this position, to be able to put on a headline fight. And then when the name Harlem gets mentioned, it ticks all the boxes. It's a domestic fight. The name's carrying a lot of weight at the moment. Obviously, his cousin with a fight with Conor a couple of weeks back. The British fight fans love the domestic fights. So it was just a yes. I'm not in a position where to be turning down fights. It could have been somebody at one of the governing bodies to try and climb the rankings, but I do believe Harlem is probably ranked round about them numbers where it's still going to push up the rankings. It's going to put me in a good position when I beat him in July.
Jack, we obviously know that you've got a very awkward style. Many people struggle to deal with your style. So after that defeat to Barbosa, did you have any doubts or concerns that it might be difficult to find a route back to where you want to be?
Not about finding a route back, but there was a lot of frustration, of course. But there was no excuses either. I got beat. It was a close fight. There wasn't a lot in it. It wasn't the most thrilling fight, but there's certainly stuff I know I can do better. Have been doing better. Took the initiative. Took time out. Travelled to the States. Worked on myself. Come home. Been working on myself to put on another great fight.
So I saw on that note before we come on to more on Harlem. I saw you over there in Philadelphia training out at Boxing Ennis's gym. What was the experience like over there?
Yeah, had a great experience. Met a lot of really great guys. Boxing's like one big community. They welcomed us. I went over there fit and ready to go, ready to be sparring all these guys, and I got plenty of work, and I was satisfied with it.
I think it was just after Boots' fight with Stanioni, so I might be mistaken, but did you manage to catch up with him? Any words exchanged there?
Yeah, so he was back in the gym the week after. He wasn't training. He manages quite a few fighters, so I was in there sparring his fighters, catching up, taking advice, learning and watching and stuff. It was good.
When you go on those trips as well, how much of a difference do you see in kind of how American fighters prepare and train compared to what you might do over here in the UK?
Yeah, I think even if you went in the gyms around the UK, every gym, every fighter prepares different. Over the years, we've changed things. I've been with a couple of different coaches, and even in camps that I've had with Jamie and Nigel, not every camp's the same, so you've got to adapt and work accordingly.
Talking about Harlem, this is a big step up for him. He hasn't fought at your level yet, he hasn't fought somebody of your style yet. What do you see in him that might be something that you have to overcome? Anything that he delivers that you're aware of his best attributes?
Yeah, I think he looks pretty slick, he's got fast hands, he's had a couple of stoppages last time. Listen, he's a solid fighter. I believe the experience that I've got, my boxing ability is going to be too much for him.
A new weight at 147, Jack, so how much of a refreshed version of yourself will we see? And do we see more of an emphatic finish now you're up at 147?
Yeah, 147. Listen, I can make 140. It's never the easiest. I don't think any fighter's telling the truth if they say it's not, but I think 147 will make it that bit easier, and I'm excited for it.
On the 140 front then, what would it take for you to potentially drop down to 140 again?
It's all about the fights, the right fights. If there's an opportunity to go 140, 147, then that's something we'll sit on with the team and decide. But if there was a 144 category, that would be perfect.
I'm sure there's a few fighters who would enjoy that one, Jack. Just on the 140, well, past 140 division, a past opponent of yours, Josh Taylor, lost to Ekow Essuman this past weekend. What did you make of that fight?
The first thought was I was happy for Ekow. I've shared some rounds with him, such a lovely bloke and a great team, so I was happy for him. It was a great fight to watch. I enjoyed watching it. Thought Taylor off started well. He looked fast, sharp. He looked like the life drained out of him pretty quick. Essow's known as the engine. We knew that. He was going to keep coming all night. That was his opportunity. And it was nice to see somebody go up to the Hydro and fight him and get a decision.
I was about to ask, when you was kind of waiting for scorecards to be read, did that take you back a bit, and did that make you think, is he going to get the decision?
You know what, there was questions, but I think the fact that there is questions and there's that much scrutiny around our first fight, that it couldn't happen. I had Essuman by 3 rounds, I think, on the night. I've not watched it back and I probably won't watch it back, but I think 3 rounds, so I'm confident in it, but you just never know sometimes.
I'm mistaken, but did I hear you say you sparred Ekow as well a little bit prior to his fight with Josh? What did you guys talk about and go through?
Yeah, listen, I was there to spar. They'd reached out to the team, done a couple of spars with him. and anything he wanted to ask, I answered. Helped him spar, and that was it really.
I know that you kind of finished the rivalry, if you will, with your last fight with Josh, but there was also talk in the background of a potential trilogy. If he'd have come through that, if you were to come through Harlem, is that all dead and buried for you now? Do you see no way back for Josh?
Yeah, the focus is Harlem, and that's all I can focus on right now. I won't get caught up in thinking about what's next. Taylor's lost 4 on the bounce now. It's like, what can he do?
Would Conor Benn interest you, Jack?
Yeah, all these fights interest me. I don't know where Conor Benn is, what weight he's fighting at, but what a fight he had with Chris Eubank. All these fights are going to be involved in the best fights possible.
Also, I asked Harlem this when I get your thoughts. Obviously, we had the Manny Pacquiao Barrios fight announced, coming straight back in after 4 years fighting for a world title. As a fighter chasing a world title yourself, who's been active, what do you make of, despite his legendary status, seeing him come back in and get this opportunity?
Yeah, I can't sit here and say, oh, it shouldn't happen, or I'm pissed off, because we're talking about, like you said, a legend, and he probably gets that pardon, but it is frustrating. You've got fighters working their way up. I was chomping at the bit for years for these opportunities, and I guess that if that's the cards you're dealt, that's the cards you're dealt, and you can't cry about it. If they've proceeded to let the fight happen, then we've just got to sit tight and see what happens.
Do you give him much of a chance in the fight?
Yeah, you can't write Manny Pacquiao off. Unbelievable. He don't look like he blooms up in between fights. He looks like he's been training, so we'll see.
Just on that 147 division, obviously a little tied up at the minute. Provided the fight with Harlem goes to plan, how do you see it all unfolding? Obviously, Brian Norman Jr.'s got a fight coming up with Jin Sasaki. You've got the boot situation with his titles and mandatories. He's looking at potential Teofimo Lopez fight. How do you position yourself there?
You know what, you can just take it one step at a time. I'm focused on Harlem Eubank, July the 5th. Once that's done and we have a victory, we look at the land lies then. Anything can change. That's another month or so away, so we don't know what position everything will look like then, so we'll see.
Just 2 fights to end on. Canelo Crawford, just your take on that, please, Jack?
Interesting. I thought Crawford looked big, very interesting. Have we seen the best of Canelo over the last couple of years? I don't know. Crawford, obviously an amazing fighter, ring IQ, very, very special. I'm going for a Crawford win.
And fellow southpaw of yours, Alexander Usyk, rematches Daniel Dubois on July 19th. Again, your take, please.
Unbelievable fight. You'd like to support your own. I'd like Daniel to do well. Although that being said, I think Usyk's a great character and a great fighter, so I wish them both well. I'm not going to pick.
Jack, it's a pleasure as always. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cheers, Jack. Oh, fuck.